Here we are, welcome back to the channel. It's a new day, new hot day. Anyways, I'm going to be putting a patch here. It's rusted through, got a hole there, and it's hole there, and you can kind of see it's cracking. Metal's very thin, so I'm gonna cut this out, and then put a little lip down here to kind of follow what it looked like from the, kind of put a little lip so it'll follow what the factory did. I got a weld there, I'm gonna have to grind that out, and stay tuned, here we go. I used to not mark these, I used to just go with the grinder and go at it. Got to the point where I was just cutting things I didn't need to be cutting. So here, come down. I'm just trying to get where there's solid metal so I have something to tack weld to. Get that in there, around there. Just gonna go down this way. I don't know. I always like to make the patches to where make it easy on me. You know, sure, you could just slice off all of this and try and recreate all that. That would take an entire day for me. And this metal's, I mean, it's pitted, sandblasted, but it's, you know, I pounded out. I didn't show it, but I was hitting it pretty hard with a screwdriver. It's pretty solid. It feels solid from underneath. So I'm just going to cut what I need to cut, and then we'll make a patch, get that thing welded in there, sanded down, and get one step closer to getting this thing back on the road. Oh, there we go, look at that. It's like this hole right here was put there where there was a spot weld. So there you go. You know, and I thought there was extra metal. There was a bracket or something there. I don't know. But look at that. So, got that off. You can see it was rusting on the bottom. Much worse on top. So it rusted from the top to the bottom. But there must have been a pit or something where the spot weld was and water sat in. It's not getting it through. I'm going to grind off this spot weld I put on there before and get a piece of metal cut. I got to figure out, I'm going to try and re-spot weld to this just to give it some strength. And I'll probably take my welder, fill that in, and then grind it smooth, and then I'll put a hole in my patch and then weld to that. I think that'll be the best way to go. Oh, sorry about that. But again, I got all that cut, nice and flush there. Making a piece to follow this contour here up and attach to that side. So it looks factory. So there we go, I'm gonna clean that up, make a patch, and we'll check back in with you later. Okay, I got the patch made, kind of screwed up there. You can see I got a big gap, but the welder will fix that. It's pretty tight around the edges. I got this side where it's gonna match the existing quarter panel. And then on this side, it's hanging down a little low, so I'm gonna cut at an angle to match the bottom of the original quarter panel. Cut that, and then fix that, then we'll weld that thing on there. My technique for filling holes with the welder is to kind of go in at an angle against the top of the hole and just start filling it in like half moon. Keep going back and forth until the hole's filled, and then, you know, hit the grinder so it makes me a good welder, make it flat. So that's what I'll be doing here. And I'm not going to film it. I don't want my phone getting messed up here. All right, move the camera back. We should be good. There we go. That hole has been filled. Now I'll just take my cut-off wheel and then be delicate and then make it smooth. All right, this patch is ready to be welded in there. You can see I got the hole. I got it cleaned up below that inner structure. It's everything's nice and flat and level. And down here, I'm gonna get this welded in, and then I'm gonna bend this over more because the original one's a little concave in. So that's how that's gonna work. When you're putting these patches in, it's sheet metal, so it's going to be moving, expanding, contracting. So if I do one or two, make sure it's fitting right. This one, it's moved down a little bit. There we go. I'll teach you. Flush now. All right, so my technique is I just do a bunch of those all the way around. You just can't lay a bead, it'll burn through the sheet metal. Unless you know how to do it, please post a comment. Explain it to me how you do it. But now I'll just go around, put these little dabs in there until it's all filled in, and then I'm gonna weld this hole last. This is where that patch had a big gap. Now it's gonna be a pain in the ass to fill that in. So there you have it. May not be pretty, but it'll be pretty after I sand it down. Guarantee that. So again, I just go dabs around, minimizes the burn through, and then you just take a sander. I'm gonna take a flapper wheel and then sand that smooth. And then down here, I'm gonna bend that over to match the original, and then tack weld that to the frame. Okay, let's grind this sucker smooth. How do you get my glasses? Let's see. turned out all right. Still got I missed a spot there and there, and maybe there, but the rest of it turned out pretty good. Solid now, and yeah, just got to bend that over, tack it to this piece, and then this patch will be done. All right, there we go. Just gonna clean that up with a sander. And the patch is done. 38 minutes. There we go. Done and done. Still gonna sandblast it, get all that out, It's not level, so there'll be a little bit of filler in there, not much. And then this is all gonna get seam sealed, so you won't even sandblast all that, clean it out. We won't see any of that. So here's another, just wanna maybe dive on this before we conclude the video. But here's another situation. May not be able to see it, but there's a pinhole right there. It's a rust hole. And the metal is going to be very thin all the way around it. So what I'll do is I'll take the welder, come off of it a little bit, put a little bead there, and then just keep working around it until I fill that in. Then sand it down, because I'm not going to cut all that out, put in a patch. And there's the same situation back here. There's actually metal under these holes. So I'll be able to, you know, there's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole. I'll be able to just hit those with the welder and then fill those in and sand them smooth. Works out perfect. I've been doing it a long time. You know, put in the comments if you think it's a bad idea, but I've been doing that for a long time, and I don't sell my cars, so I still know that they're holding up fine from doing that. So there you go. Now is the time to tackle this mess. So I am at the passenger side kick panel. You can see I sandblasted it. I had a lot of rust where all that black is. I don't know, I call it iron oxide now, but whatever that is. Started poking around. I see there's another hole here, so I think I'm going to try and cut out all of this, patch that, and then once that's patched, then I'm just going to extend this down, fold in. So I'll put a fold in it. I'm going to fold it out, weld it in, fold it back in, and then cut it, flush mount it, and then butt weld it right in there. So this is a tough spot to get tools, camera, so I'm probably not gonna film this, sorry. We'll see how it goes. Here's an update. I got a lot of it cut out, at least as much as I'm gonna get cut out. And also just want to share, there's when you're doing this rust repair, you know, there's a point where you just got to stop. You know, because I'm looking, there's some rust underneath there, some rust on that, holes here, holes there. You would have to almost completely remove the floor and take that rocker panel back. Just, it would be a ton of work to repair that rust. That I don't think it offers any less strength integrity. You're not going to see it. It's all covered up. But again, you know, I've seen some guys post some videos, and next thing you know, they got the floor off, and they're, you know, you just get to a point where you'll never finish your project. So this one, you know, I'm putting it out there for everyone to see. I'm stopping. I'm going to fill that hole in right there, and then weld a new piece here, and then call that a day, and then most likely do it on the other side because it's in the same situation. Created a patch, welded it in there, and sanded it down smooth. It's damn sturdy now. So what I'm going to do is, I already made this patch here, and I got it curved on there, so it gives that kind of factory look of it being curved in. Not that it matters, because I'm going to goop stuff in there like Chevrolet did. But inside my head, I will know that it looks factory, even though it's going to be under a layer of caulk, and I bent it to match what's there. So now I'm going to weld the bottom
I'm going to kind of unbend it a little bit, weld that bottom, bend it back up, and then butt weld it in. Here's the driver's side. Same situation as passenger side, except it wasn't as bad. So I've got the patch welded in there. Just going to sand it down like I did the other side, paint it with this weld through primer, get everything in there coated, and then we'll commence the welding. Here we are, got the patch in there. It is welded in. I'm pretty happy with the tightness against the door. Again, it flaps underneath. I wasn't able to weld that one. Well, I tried the last time, right? I was gonna bend it out, weld it, bend it back in. It didn't work. So here's what you get. Welded it along that one side by the door and across the top. And then, yeah, I had a little fire. I didn't clean out all of that foam caulking or whatever's in there, but I think it's gonna hold pretty good. I'm gonna put in some panel adhesive below it and up the side of the front floor, and I think that'll hold. So now I'm getting ready to sand it down and move on to the driver's side. All right, here's where we're at. We got the passenger side done. It, yeah, like maybe not towards the firewall as tight as I would have liked it, but again, I'm gonna smoosh in the seam sealer in there so you won't see that, but it's pretty flush and it's not rusty anymore, so I appreciate that. And that'll be done for that side. And here's the driver's side. So this one, like the opposite side, nice and tight against the firewall, maybe not so tight against the floor, but again, seam sealer. You know, I'm going to clean that out really good and get that done. So I think that's going to wrap up today's video. It's Saturday, the Saturday after July 4th, I don't know, July 5th. It's hot. It's 114 degrees today. So the next video, I will be sandblasting, or maybe not sandblasting, the rest of the spots that I've welded, but definitely putting 2K primer on inside the bed and then underneath as well, and then on the quarter panel. So that'll be the next video. So thank you all for watching. Hopefully you watched this long. Hopefully it's been entertaining. And I just want to throw a special thanks out there to Daniel Fisk. I know positive comments every single video, and that blue truck, that video will be coming out within the next couple of days. So thank you, sir. And we'll see you all next time.